Good day, students. I hope you're all doing well. Good. Today, our main topic is factors of numbers. So, when you first deal with the factors of numbers, then we come to highest common factors. That is the HCF, the highest in the common factors, or the highest common factors. So, we are going to talk about the factors of numbers. Factors of numbers, and then we come back to the highest common factors. So we are going to deal with these two. When you talk about the factors of numbers, factors means what? Factors are numbers that can divide a given number exactly, or factors are numbers that can divide a given number equally. Simply put, factors are all numbers. When you multiply together, you get a given number. Like what I said, factors are numbers that can divide a given number exactly. So when you have a certain number and a group of numbers that can divide those numbers equally, those numbers become the factors of that. Factors are numbers that can divide a given number exactly without any remainder. Numbers are a bit more dividing a given number. A number will be the amount. Say, what are the factors of 2? 2 is a given number because I've given you the 2 to find the numbers that can divide 2 equally. So if you're able to get all those numbers that can divide 2 equally, then the numbers that can divide 2 equally are called factors of 2. They are the factors of 2. Let's see the properties of factors. The properties of factors. Basically, we have 3 properties of factors. And yema miensa and a factors who a better say I deal with the factors. So these are the 3 properties of factors, or 3 characteristics of factors that enable you to identify a set as factors of a given number. The first thing that you have to consider, or the first thing that you need to look after, is that when you are asked to find the factors of the numbers, 1 is a factor of every number. 1 is a factor of every number. What does it mean? Yes, factors are numbers that can divide a given number. Any properties of factors. The properties of factors, the first one is what? So 1 is a factor of every number. What does it mean? It means 1 can divide every number equally. 1 can divide every number equally. So when you were asked to find the factors of a certain number, don't forget about 1, because 1 can divide any number equally. Okay, so this is one property that can enable you to see that 1 is a factor of every number. Let's see the second bullet. Every number is a factor of a set. Every number is a factor of its set. What does this one mean? Yes, factors are numbers that can divide a given number equally. It is a numbers a bit may divide some numbers be equal. Yeah. The second bullet says what? Was say number nine kasano 8 we dividing equally. Okay, so which means that the number itself must be included. The number itself is a factor of that number. Okay, that is why every number is a factor of itself. Into all finding the factors of 10 or what I said 10 can also divide itself 10 equally. 10 divide 10 by, you get 1. Okay, so 10 is a factor of itself 10. The first property says what? 1 is a factor of every number. And 1 can divide every number equally. When you were asked to find the factors of 10, 1 can divide 10 equally. 10 can divide itself equally. That is the second bullet. The last bullet that can also help you to identify these numbers are, or these numbers belongs to the factors of a certain number here. The last bullet here says what? Factors have a definite end. Factors have a definite end. This one means a factors, it ends. It what? It ends. It ends means what? The number of a given numbers, or the number of factors, or the number or the group of numbers that can divide a given numbers. You see, tweeting can say the factors of 5, while let's say you have to get all those numbers that can divide 5 equally. So factors of 5, it has a definite end. Factors of every number, it has a definite end. Unlike a multiples of numbers, it has no definite end. Multiples of numbers, it has no end. But the factors, it has end. Okay, it has specific end number. I would do unya number be divided by. Okay, so when you do the example, you get to know all these 3 properties at work. Okay, good. So one, we said the factors are numbers that can divide a given number equally, or factors are numbers when you multiply together you get a given number. These are the 3 properties of factors. The 3 properties of factors, the things that will enable us to identify that this group of numbers here can divide a given number equally. At least 1 is a factor of every number. 1 to divide the number via 2. Every number is a factor of itself. Number 9 kasano was to be divided equally. 3, when you are listing the factors of a given numbers, make sure that you get to know the last element or the last number of that factors. Okay, good. How to find factors of numbers in the sets? How to find factors of numbers in the sets? The first one, you list factors of numbers. You numbers are a bit me divide a given number equally, and you will. That is why a class of factors, it has a definite end. So you have no other option to list all those numbers that can divide a given numbers. So you need to follow this precedent here, or you need to follow these steps that will help you to identify all those numbers that can divide a given numbers. Okay. 1, the first thing you have to do is that you number 1 to 10 under workings. So after writing your solution somewhere, you number 1 to 10 from the top in a vertical form. So 1, 2, so no actually see from 10. So you number 1 to 10. You be used to then 1, you number 1 to 10 under the workings. So where you're supposed to solve your questions, you have a place to work. So where you'll be showing workings, you number 1 to 10. Then the second, you find the multiples of the number listed that will give you a given number. So the number that you have listed, then you find the multiples of those numbers that will give you a given number. This one, unless you work, that will enable you to understand. Third one, you circle all those two numbers that multiply to give you a given number. 1, over 1 to 10, L under workings. We are 1 to 10, and we'll find the multiples of 1 to 10. A given number. So when you were asked to find the factors of 6, so 1 to 10, you start with 1. What number do you think you multiply by the 1 that will give you 6? What number that you think you multiply by the 2 that will give you 6? In that order until you get to what? The last number, which is 10. Okay? Third one, say, after multiplying those numbers, that will give you a given number. Then you circle all those two numbers that multiply to give you a given number. So after getting 1 times 6 will give you 6, 2 times 3 will give you 6, but 3 times 2 can also give you 6, but the 4 times cannot give you 6, so you skip to the next one. 5 cannot give you, 6 can give you. So all those numbers that will be able to give you 6, you circle them. That is why you say circle all those two numbers that multiply to give you a given number. After circle those numbers, then arrange those numbers you circled in ascending order. But if a particular number appears twice or more, just choose one. Assuming you multiply those numbers, but some numbers were able to give you 2 or more options, then you just take one out of them and then you arrange them in ascending order. Ascending order means from the smallest to the what? To the biggest. Good. Now let's solve one more examples under factors and see how this precedent works. Good. Example. Find the factors of the following numbers below. A, 8, B, 12. So we are going to find the factors of 8, again the factors of 12. When you talk about the factors of 8, you are referring to those numbers, all those numbers that can divide 8 equally, or all those numbers when you multiply you get 8. That is why we say factors, it has a definite end. So you must get all those numbers that can divide 8 equally. Again, when you come to the 12, the factors of 12, it means you must list all those numbers that can divide 12 equally, or all those numbers when you multiply that you get 12. Remember how to find the factors. We said you first list 1 to 10. So I'm going to do that under the workings here. My workings here. Good. Now 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Good. Now I have my 1 to 10 here. I'm going to show all those, or I'm going to get all those numbers that can divide 8 equally, or all those numbers when you multiply you get 8. So I will start with my 1 here. 1, so I'm finding the factors of 8 first, okay? The factors of 8 first. 1 times 8 will give me 8. Good. That one will give me 8. Then what number 2 times 4 can also give me 8. So which means that the 1 can divide 8, 2 can also divide 8. 3 times what number? No, 3, there's no 3 times that you get 8. Then you come to 4 times 2 will give you 8. Okay, then 5 no, 6 no, 7 no, 8 times 1 will give you 8. Okay, 9 no, 10 no. So let me see those numbers. When you multiply you get 8. 1 times 8 gave me 8. 2 times 4 also gave 8. 4 times 2 also gave me 8. And then 8 times 1 also gave me 8. So these numbers that I'm going to arrange them in ascending order. Okay, so here 1 and 8. So the first one here is 1 and 8. Let me arrange them here. I have is 1 and 8, or 1 times 8 was able to give me 8. Then the second one was 2 and 4. And then the third one was 4 and 2 also was able to give me 8. And then 8 and 1 also gave me 8. So these are the numbers. When you multiply that, you get what? 8. Okay, now I'm done with this. So these numbers that I'm going to arrange them in what? In ascending order. So in ascending order means you have to arrange them from the smallest to the what? To the biggest. But remember, say you can say if the number appears once, you just choose what? 1. Or if the number appears 2 or more, you choose only 1. So let's see. I have 1 here and 1 here. So I'll write 1. So when you come to this side, I'll start with my 1 here. So 1 is a first factor here. Then I have 2. 2 is also 2 here. So I have to take 1 of it. So 2 is the second factor of 8. Then because I'm arranging them in ascending order, I have 4 here. 4 is also here. The immediate smaller number here is 4. So 4. Okay, you can write 4, 4. And then I have 8 here, 8 here. And now I have my 8 here. So the factors of, let me put in this way. So the factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. These are the numbers that can divide 8 equally. 1 can divide 8 equally. 8, 8. 2 can divide 8 equally. 4, 4. 4 can divide 8 equally. 2, 2. 8 can divide itself equally. 1, 1. Okay? And so these are the numbers that was able to get what? 8. Let's see whether what we have stated here, they are in line with our rules or the properties. Rules and they say one is a factor of every number. One okay. So which means that 1 is a factor of every number. Until one woman, one can divide 8. So every number is a factor of itself. 8 here, 8 is a womb. Okay. 8 here, 8 room. Let's say you achieve first and 2 rules or the properties. You heard the last one. Was say factors, it has definite end. It has definite end means well, let's see what more is and I said there's a full stop. You need to stop. What the become one waiting. And pass your list bedroom 80. There's no way I didn't line it other numbers can, which means the last stop one 8 way. So that is definite end. It has end a C which means to also be okay. So let's see the 12, the factors of 12. First thing you have to do that you list your numbers 1 to 10. Okay, 1 to 10 under workings. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now I have my 1 to 10 here. Then you find the numbers. When you multiply by 1 to 10, that will give you 12. Okay, so you start with the first one. 1 times 12 will give you 12. Good. 2 times what number will give you 12? 6. Okay, that will give you 12. 3 times what number will give you 12? 4 will give you 12. 4 times what number will give you? 4 times 3 can also give you 12. 5, no. 6 times 2. 6 times 2 can also give me 12. 7, no. 8, no. 9, no. 10, no. Okay, so let's circle those numbers that was able to give us 12. Okay, 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4 also give us 12, 4 times 3 also give us 12, then 6 times 2 also give us 12. Now I'm going to list the numbers that give us 12. Okay, good. Let me list them here. Okay, good. 1 and 12 also gave us 12. 1 times 12 will give us 12. 2 and 6 was able to give us 12. Then 3 and 4 also give us 12. Then 4 and 3 also give us 12. Then 6 and 2 also give us 12. So these are the numbers that gave us 12, okay? These are the numbers that gave us 12. So we are going to arrange these numbers in ascending order, okay? So ascending order means smallest. So from the 1, we have 1 here. There's another. Is there any other 1? No. So we take only 1. 2 is the immediate smaller number here. The 2 appears 2, so you take 1 of it, okay? Then let's see, 3 is the immediate number. 3 also appears to no for bako. For 3 then 4, there's another 4 for bako. Because 5 was not able to give us 12, so 5 is not part of this one. And because you say something to the 5 equation, 5 times what number will give you 12? Nothing. So 5 is not part. 5 can never divide 12 equally. So 5 can never be a factor of 12. Then the next immediate number from the 4, you move on to 6. Okay. Then you bring your comma to separate the number. Okay. That is 6. Then the last one is 12. Okay. Good. Good. Now let's see whether the factors of 12 also in line with the properties of factors. One, the first property says what? 1 is a factor of every number. Let's see whether we have 1 in the factors of 12. And 1 is a factor here. 1 can divide 12. Every number is a factor of itself. 12 is here. Let's see the factors of 12, whether you can also find the 12 itself. The 12 itself is also here. That means every number is a factor of itself. Then factors, they have definite end. A C, a PIM, let's see. So the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. You can't add any other number, so it has a definite end. Okay, so the factors, it has definite end. It means a C. Okay, good. Now, example 2. Find the factors of the numbers below. 9, 15, and 3. So, going to find the factors of 9, factors of 15, and then factors of what? 3. So, you first write your workings somewhere here. Workings, okay? Good. Now, first one is factors of 9. So, you number 1 to 10 under the workings. So, you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. Now you are going to find the numbers. When you multiply by the 1 to 10 here, that will give you 9. Okay, that will help us to identify all those numbers that can divide 9 equally. So let's see those numbers when you multiply, that will give you 9. Okay, good. So you first have the 1 need kind to start with 1. So 1 times what number will give you 9? 1 times 9 will give you 9. 2 times no. 3 times 3 will give you 9. Okay, will give you 9. 4 no. 5 no. 6 no. 7 no. 9, 8 no. 9 times 1 can also give us 9. Okay, 10 no. So let's see those numbers that was able to give us 9 here. Now we have the 1 and 9. We have 3 and 3 also give us 9. And then 9 and 1. Okay, now I'm going to arrange these numbers in ascending order. So let me first write them here. We have 1 and 9, 1 and 9, 3 and 3, and then 9 and 1. Okay, so these are the numbers that give us 9. Okay, so we are going to arrange these numbers in ascending order. Okay, good. Good. Now we have 1. Let me use the pencil. So we have 1 here. There's another 1 here. So no alphabetical. So 1 in ascending order. So from the smallest. So from the 1, the next immediate smaller number among these 1 here is 3. 3 appears 2. So you take only 1 of it. Good. Then the next immediate smaller number here, that is the 9. Okay, good. Good. So let me draw my bracket for. So these are the numbers that can divide 9 equally. Let's see whether this one also fall under the properties of factors. 1 is a factor of every number. Every number 1 is also here. So every number is a factor of itself. 9 is here. 9 is a factor of itself. 9 factors, it has definite and power. You do higher pim. There's no way we're able to get n numbers multiplied to get aside these numbers. So let's move on to the 15. In order to work out to get these numbers. So therefore, the factors of 9 here are 1, 3, and 9. So they are the 3 members or the 3 factors. They are the 3 factors 1, 3, and 9. So the factors of 9, it has 3 elements or 3 members. So let's see the other one here. The factors of 15, so the same thing, you list 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, good. Now you find the numbers. When you multiply, you get 15. Find those numbers when you multiply by the numbers that you have listed here to give you 15. So 1 times what number will give you 15? 1 times 15 will give you 50. Or 1 times every number will give you itself here. So 2 times what number? No. 3 times 5 will give you 15. Okay, will give you 15. Here 2 will give you 15. 3 times 5. Okay, 4, no. 5 times 3 will also give you 15. Okay, 6, no. 7, 8, 9, 10. None of these can never give you 50. So the numbers that give us 50, we have 1 and 50, 3 and 5, 5 and 3 here. So I'm going to arrange these numbers in ascending order. So I have really 1 and 15, 3 and 5, 5 and 3, so good. I'm going to write those numbers that give you 50 in as may I be arranging these numbers in ascending order. So these are the numbers that I'm going to arrange them in ascending order. So I have within the smaller number here is 1, followed by the immediate number. So we are not cancel. So yeah, we fee and so contribute. Immediate number here is 3. 3 appears 2, so you cancel and then take 1. Okay. Then 5 also is the immediate number. So 5. Good. Then the last one 15. Okay. Good. Now these are the numbers that can divide 15 equally. Okay. 15 equally. Let's see, 1 is a factor of 15, 3, 15, 5, 15, 15 is okay. It has definite n because you do 15 yaka. Very good. Now the factors of 15s are 1, 3, 5, and 15. So these are the factors of 15. These are the numbers that can divide 50 equally. Yes, factors are numbers that can divide a given number equally. So if you're able to get all those numbers that can divide a given number equal, then those numbers are called factors. Obudi the factors. Okay. So let's see the last one here, the factors of 3, numbers that can divide 3 equally. 1, you list your numbers 1 to 10. Okay. I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Famra hakakra. Very good. And obey and baby we my work here under the workings, we now be good. But the actual working the obey good needs. So let me see those numbers when you multiply you get 15 here. 1 times those numbers when you multiply you get 3. 1 times 3 because we are finding the factors of 3. 1 times 3 will give you 3. Okay. 2, no. 3 times 1 also give you 3. Okay. 4, no. 5, no. 6, no. 7, 9. Okay. So these are the numbers I was able to give us what? 3. So 1 times 3 and then 3 times 1. Okay. So let me arrange them. Wow. Interesting. So minya 1 and 3 and 3 and 1. Okay. Good. I'm going to arrange them here. Now I'm going to arrange these numbers in ascending order. So starting from the one appears to, so you take only one. 2, 3 also appears to, then you take only one. Let me write the 3 wall. Okay. Now you close the brackets. Okay. So the factors of 3 here are only 1 and 3. So 1 and 3 are the factors, are the numbers that can divide 3 equally. So let's see whether these numbers also fall under the properties of factors. First one is a factor of every number, and part you have 1 in the factors. Every number is a factor of itself, and part the factors of 3 and 3 is now. That's good. So every number is a factor of itself. Then factors it has definite end, and pioneer 1 and 3 asa. These are the two numbers that can divide 3 equal. Aside that, you will not get any number that can divide 3 equal. Good. Now let's move on. So you are done with the factors. Let's see this one here. Highest common factor, that is the HCF, highest in the common factors. How to find the highest common factors? By using factors method, which means that we have other method, but the next time that you meet, you will discuss that one. But let's learn how to use this method here. How to find the highest in the common factors or the highest common factors here. Sorry. 1, find the factors of a given numbers. 2, you find the common numbers that appears in both sets as their common factors. 3, you select the bigger number from the common factors as their highest in the common factors. So in order to find the highest common factors, the first one you have to deal with is the F. The F means you find the factors of the given numbers. 2, you find the CF. The CF is the common factors. Common factors mean the number that appears in the factors of A and again in the factors of B. So the same number that appears in these both sets here are common factors. And then the HCF or the H is the highest number in the common factors. So after finding the common factors, the highest number in the common factors, that is the highest common factors. Good. Let's solve one more examples here. Find the highest common factors of 8 and 12. Find the highest common factors of, I think this one's supposed to be the highest common factors here, HCF. HCF. The highest common factors of 8 and 12, which means that you first find the F. The F means you find the factors of 8 and then you find the factors of 12. Then you come back, then you find the CF. CF means you find the common factors of 8 and 12. Common factors means the number that appears in the factors of 8 and at the same time appears in the factors of 12. They are the common factors. Then the H here means the highest or the biggest in the common factors. So the HCF is the highest in the common factors. But and so now by finding the highest, first one you have to find the factors of what? The numbers, the two given numbers. And then you find the common number that appears in the factors of 8 and at the same time in the factors of 12. Common factors, next let's say factors of 8 and factors of 12. Number bi wɔ hɔ a ɛbɛtumi aba ha. Okay, saa number no ɛno ɛwɔ factors of 8 no mu ɛsan wɔ factors of 12 no mu. Saa nkurɔfoɔ wɔn no wɔn na yɛfrɛ wɔn common. They are common here. Yɛka sɛ biribi yɛ common a wɔtɛn a wonie. Okay, so you can find them in the factors of 8 and at the same time you can also find them in the factors of 12, or you can trace them in both sets. So the first thing that we are going to solve here is the factors of 8 and then the factors of 12. Okay, so I hope you know how to find the factors. You first number 1 to 10, then you find the multiple that will give you 8, and again you number 1 to 10, you find the multiple that will give you 12, and then within the factors that you have listed there, you find the common number that appears in both factors. And then within the both factors, that you got the common factors. The one that is the bigger number in the common factor, that one we call the highest in the common factors. So let's solve it. You find the factors of 8. So you are going to solve and find the factors of 8 here. Now factors supposed to be in small. No, factors of 8. Okay, good. Then you come back, factors of 12. Good. Now, after finding the factors here, you find the common factors. That is the common factors. We have the CF. The CF. Okay. You can write CF in short. Okay. Good. And then you write your highest HCF, the highest in the common factors. Good. This is the precedent that we are going to use. So you are going to find the factors of 8. The first one is the factors of 8. You write your workings somewhere here. Workings. Good. Then you number 1 to number 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we find the numbers. When you multiply, you get 8. We are finding the factors of 8. So the same procedure, numbers, when you multiply, you get 8. 1 times 8 will give you 8. 2 times what number will give you 8? 2 times 4 will also give you 8. So here will give you 8. Here will also give you 8. 3, no. 4 times what number? 4 times 2 can also give you 8. Okay, good. 5, no. 6, no. 7. 8 times 1 can also give you 8. So these are the numbers. When you multiply that, you get 8. Then you circle them, okay? So 1 and 8 is first. 2 and 4 also give you 8. 4 and 2 also give you 8. Then 8 and 1 also gave you 8. So you are going to arrange this one. Okay, before this one was actually or form. First one here 1 and 8. Then 2 and 4. Then 4 and 2. And 8 and 1. Okay. So these are the numbers. When you multiply, you get 8. So you are going to arrange them. We have 1 here. Now the numbers, these are the numbers that we are going to arrange them in ascending order. We have 1 here. It seems there's 1, there are 2. Okay. Then you choose 1. Come on. Then immediate smaller number here among these numbers. Okay? We're arranging these numbers in ascending order. From 1, 2. Okay, 2 also appears to take 1. Correct. Then the immediate number is 4. Okay, 4. Good. Then 8. Then we have 8 here. Okay. Then you close the brackets. Now these are the numbers that can divide 8 equal. So the factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. Okay. Let's see the factors of 12. You number 1 to 12, 1 to 10 rather. So always 1 to 10. Don't forget about that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is 1 to 10. Now 1 to 10, you think about numbers. When you multiply, that will give you 12. Okay, so I have my number here. So 1 times what number will give you 12? 1 times 12 will give you 12. That will give you 12. 2 times 6 can also give me 12. Okay, 3 times 4 can also give me 12. 4 times 3 can also give me 12. 5, no. 6 times 2 can also give me 12. Only multiplication there. Only abuse square so you are still on the numbers that will be able to give you 12. 7 times will never give you 12. 8 can never give you 8. 9, 10, this number can give you 12. So let's see those numbers that can give us 12 or that give us 12 here. That is 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4, 4 and 3, 6 and 2. Then you write them, okay, so that you arrange them nicely. Now you have 1 and 12, 2, 2 and 6, 3 and 4, 4 and 3, 6 and 2. I think that's all. Let me change the color. So these are the numbers that we are going to arrange them in ascending order. Okay, so you first start here. The smaller number here, among this one, we have 1. 1 is a smaller number here, so you write 1. Okay, then immediate smaller number here is 2, but the 2 appears 2, so you cancel 2 of them, then you write only 1. Okay, one of the 2. Then the immediate number after 2, we have 3, but 3 is also here. You choose only 1. Okay, then the immediate number here is 4, but the 4 also appears 2. You cancel, and then you write only 1. The immediate from 4 is 6. 6 also 2 here. You write only 1. Then the last number, which is 12, you write there. Okay, then you close the brackets. Now the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Now once you are first done with all, once you are finished with the F, okay, you are now moving on to the CF. The CF means what? The common factors. Remember I said common factors are numbers that appears in both sets. So the set of what? Factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, 8. The set of factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So within these two sets, the number that appears in the sets of factors of 8 and at the same time in the set of factors of 12, number waha and the common factors. So let's see whether you'll be able to identify those numbers that appears in the factors of 8 and at the same time in the factors of 12. So 1 appears here, 1 also appears here. So 1 is one of the factors or the common factors here. So the common factors, we have 1. Then we think about other common factor here. 2 appears here. 2 also appears here. Okay. So the second common factor here is also 2. Okay. Common factor here, the waha. Then Obaha 4 4 but 3 here. So this 3 is not a common factor here. Okay, 3 is not a common because 3 belongs to the factors of 12 only. Yes, you have a number that belongs to the both factors. So 3 is not a common factor here. So 4 is here. 4 is also here. So 4 is a common factor. Okay, because 4 appears in both sets. Here 8 is not a common factor because 8 belongs to the factors of 8 only. 6 is not a common factor because 6 belongs to the factors of 12 only. 12 is not a common factor of 8 and 12, but 12 is a factor of 12 only. So our 12 nkwamu any 18, so you can't write it here. So therefore, we have done with our common factors here. So our common factors here are 1, 2, and 4. So these are the numbers that can be found in the factors of 8 and at the same time can be found in the factors of what? 12. So let's see the highest in the common factors. The highest in the common factor means the highest or the bigger number that can be found in the common factors. Okay, so the common factors near 1, 2, and 4. So then our highest number here is 4 because within 1, 2, and 4, the bigger number within it is what? Is 4. So 4 is the highest common factors here. Okay, so the highest common factor of 8 and 12 is 4. Okay, this is how to get the highest common factor of 8 and 12. First, you list the factors of 8. Second, you list the factors of 12. Then, the next one, you find the common factors, which is the CF. The common factor means what? The numbers that appears in the factors of 8 and at the same time appears in the factors of 12. After listing the common factors or the element that appears in both sets, then within the common factors, not within the other factors, but within the common factors, the number that is bigger in the common factors. And per what we stipulated, our common factors are 1, 2, and 4. So within these three numbers I mentioned here, the 4 is the biggest or the largest number within the common factors. Okay, good. I hope you have done. You'll continue next time. The next time you talk about the other method of finding the highest common factors using the factorization method, and then we talk about the prime factors and the prime numbers and others. Okay, good to see you again. Thank you.